So in preparing to do this this giveaway with St. Cuthbert's, I decided, because we had made a decision to choose the hot press Bockingford, I decided to dig some quills out. So I got some of my quills out, cut one of them down, because when I was at Reigate, I remember being introduced to Bockingford, and we were also learning quill cutting, and it was so amazing writing on the hot press Bockingford. Now, it's not an absolutely smooth, pristine surface. It has a little bit of tooth to it, and this helps to hug the quill really beautifully. So when you're writing, you feel this magic. Now, the amazing thing about writing with a quill is to not press the quill to the surface of the paper, onto the table you're writing. What you want to do is you want to gently rest your hand on the surface of the paper, preferably with a guard sheet if it gets sweaty, because you don't want your oils to affect the paper, because when the ink hits that patch of oil, it'll just skin. And you're not so much as writing on the paper with the nib, you are pushing the ink around the paper with the nib that is gliding on the surface of the page. This creates an entirely different approach to writing, because the writing is lighter, it's more delicate, because there's less friction between the writing implement and the surface. Now, the Bockingford hot press is absolutely glorious to write on. I just cut this quill. It's quite small, so I'm writing at 6mm. And I've done a little test already, which you'll see. And I will do a little bit of writing with the quills, just so that you get a sense of how the writing works. So as you can see, I did a little bit of Lorem Ipsum 4, just to test the quill and see how it's working. And this is my ink. So it looks like I've mixed up some gouache. The hairlines are super thin, but believe it or not, the hairlines that you are seeing versus the hairlines I am seeing on the sheet are very different. My hairlines are even finer from what I'm seeing. So let's look at how the quill works on this surface. Zoom out just a little bit. Now, the hairlines are absolutely super sharp. And you get these really beautiful little tendril strokes. Look, I accidentally touched the sheet and that came out as well. So let's look at that again. And we can do a Q as well. We're going to pull with the corner of the quill all the way up to the top. And the ink will fill that little curve in. Absolutely wonderful. Wow. And working with a quill is an absolute joy. I mean, it's a little bit fiddly, but you know, it really gives you such pleasure in writing. And let's use a historical Y. Absolute bliss to do. Really, really quite exhilarating. Just the hairlines alone that you can achieve with writing with a quill on really good paper, and obviously with really good ink. Sort of sitting here, I feel really overwhelmed because of how magical it is, but also, you know, it really connects you to it really connects us to our scribal past. It connects like a line leaving us and going back through time to the monks sitting at their desks in the scriptoria, just sort of writing out these Bibles. And of course, one of the great things about working with a quill on this kind of paper that is so beautiful and it holds the quill beautifully, it holds the ink beautifully, is you get these pristine hairlines. Because the paper is so well made, the ink sits beautifully on top of it, and because the ink is really well made as well, the ink sits really beautifully on top of the paper. But more than that, I hope you rewind this and you spend some time breathing with the writing. The cadence in the writing that I'm using, it's very slow, it's very methodical. You can't rush writing with a quill. Press too hard and the ink will just drop off, and you really just have to sit on the edge of the quill, just in the ink, moving with it. It's so beautiful. It's such a wonderful experience.